No, it is. I mean,
Oh, well, you and I know that. How about Bill this morning going, I got to teach a 30-yard wedge shot?
yeah. I don't know how you can spend an entire clinic time on a 30-yard wedge shot. So I was giving instructors short wedges. He's like, no, I'm just doing a 30-yard. I'm like, oh, okay.
My swing just started to feel a little off the other day, but I was like, maybe I'm just kind of like not in it, like when I had to play in the diddle thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got that clinic at 10, putting clinic.
Oh, okay.
And
Is this with team or just?
no, just an
general?
18 holers clinic.
Okay. What are you gonna take him through?
I set up last time on Wednesday. That was a better swing.
Yeah.
Um,
Just gotta let yourself get loose.
I did talked about like setup stuff, talked about speed in line, basic green reading. I don't really get into like the types of strokes. I basically just talk like kind of big picture, and then I just like work with people individually as they go, kind of like looking at their stroke and whatnot. I'll throw like the putting arc out there. I'll do some like games and stuff and teach them like how to practice either with a partner or by themselves, you know.
Cool. Every putting stroke's individual, so it's smart that you're not trying to teach mechanics to a group.
It's going awfully high.
You're going into the wind, and it's a range ball.
Yeah, I guess it's okay.
Thick covered NXTs that have been out for a couple weeks.
I know.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Steve.
Good.
That was shitty. It was like really chasey, I felt like.
Yeah, you had some lateral movement. Lower body.
I'm trying to get my big picture, right? What I noticed months ago in the simulator was that my backswing over the wintertime, my backswing started to get super, super shallow and flat around me. Like my lead arm was like really around me. Club was in here, big time. And like I couldn't take divots really. Like I could, but like they were, the ball striking just wasn't really consistent. So what I noticed, and I would have I take the club back shut. I know that. So I'd go like shut it inside, I wasn't getting my left side well, and I'm kind of underneath it. It just felt terrible. So then,
if someone's club is inside here, I would almost say if you don't fix this first, person has no motivation to go left, because if they go left and then rotate, that's a shank.
yeah. And
So
I did hit.
they'll
I did
pivot.
hit some of those. I did hit
Get
some
it
of those.
back on plane, but then they'll get turf before ball pulls.
Yeah, I did hit some of those.
Yeah.
And anyway, what I noticed was, so I started to work off of getting off of that, and what I've been kind of sticking with over like the last month or two of hitting balls is feeling that my right shoulder blade, basically, I thought, is that the takeaway, it's starting to work, so it's getting to the target. So from the takeaway, it's starting to work this way. And then it's feeling like it's getting to the target, and it feels taller than my left.
Okay.
So it feels up here. So that kind of naturally gets my hands a bit higher. So that's kind of my takeaway move, is feeling this and higher.
Okay.
And when I see it on camera, when I hit some, like the club faces, I would say it's a little shut, but that's just my thing.
Well, let's stop on that topic first, okay? Dustin Johnson at the top is as close as any human can be.
Yeah.
It fades.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, he holds it and rotates like hell.
The first thing is wrong, because I'm gonna.
Well, he shallows it, and that opens it.
Well, no. Okay, so he's here. Okay.
Yeah.
Your second part was spot on. He's so powerful transitioning right to left, pelvis and torso. He's not intentionally holding it off.
Yeah.
It's just that it releases like 2 inches before the ball. Is
Okay.
when he has release.
Okay.
Which is actually extremely powerful.
Yeah.
To
Sure.
have your hands just as fire like right before. Like that's
Sure.
like freaking nature stuff.
Yeah.
But it's because he's so aggressive with the body. So don't get hung up if you got meat hook at the top and that face is pointing to the sky.
Yeah.
What's happening at impact?
Yeah.
How's it getting there?
Yeah.
And what's the influence on arm, like the shoulder, elbow, wrist, and hands?
Yeah.
And the athleticism, like, because that dictates path and pace.
Yeah.
So, make sure you're reverse engineering impact and don't get too hung up with, still frame images.
Sure.
Of where the club is in space.
That makes sense.
Like, I don't see you being like quack hook guy, but yeah, it's a little close at the top. So what?
Yeah, like that felt like a decent swing.
In this game, people get so hung up on trying to look like Adam Scott, hanging it dead parallel to the ground, little 45-degree angle face. Oh, that's school-worthy, right? This transition's pretty. How many of us are built like Adam Scott? He's hypermobile and super strong.
Yeah, not me.
That's not me either. And you know what? I've seen 0 people at the club level like that. So they got to get that out of their head.
So,
like John Rahm is like the best image of how to deal with what you're given in life. He has like a clubbed right foot. So he has like no mobility and trail leg. He's in the gym all the time working on keeping his right knee healthy and trying to get more mobility in his right hip and trying to stabilize his lumbar spine because of his club foot. Now, how long is his backswing? It's short, right?
Yeah, very.
But is it maximum efficiency for him?
Totally.
Yes.
So
I like seeing like these John Rahms and Scotty Scheffler's foot action. That's perfect for them.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that you go to the range and try to dance around like Scotty Scheffler.
Correct.
Although I'll tell you, every junior does.
Yeah.
And what do most teachers do? Keep your
Quit.
feet quiet.
Quit that. Yeah.
They can't. They can't. They physically cannot do that.
So I'm hitting like a couple like. I'm not feeling like I'm making a huge turn. Just trying to.
No, you have a little bit of extension in your spine at the top of your swing. So here we go. Flexion, extension, right? So you get up here, you get going good.
Yeah.
And like a stack and tilt, I'm exaggerating.
Sure.
But like a stack and tilter, you're going into extension. So if we're in extension and then we go to fire, you either have to what? Then tip back. It's just not very efficient. And so that's why you're seeing some dispersion. That's all. I just want to see you. You're going to feel like center of your chest is over your right shoe. You won't get there. But
I see what you mean.
Like it,
so
which
it's
is what? If to get my center of my chest over my right shoe, what do I have to do? Flexion.
Yeah.
Or I call it a waiter's bow. Okay? Yeah. So you just need a little bit more waiter's bow in your backswing, which is going to feel like you're coming off the ball. Let yourself. To go back to our centered golf swing conversation, let yourself go back. Hey, that was awesome. You just stayed back there.
Yeah. I felt that. Okay. What I was noticing when I was just kind of hitting a couple, like not like a huge, didn't feel at least like a big backswing or whatever, just going into here. I see what you mean about a little bit of this, like this. What I'm feeling when I do like just some of these like easy swings like this, when I'm just kind of focusing through the ball, let me see. Like I'm feeling like I'm getting that weight going left and I have my chest going here. I think in a chase to have, I don't know why, I think in my mind, that's why I like seeing it on video. I think that I don't have, I feel like I'm trying to get my weight shift going. So what I've been thinking is the backswing. Okay, like we talked about. Then then the other thought was just like getting my weight forward and starting to like letting my hips go, like weight transfer. And I've always kind of did a little bit of this. So just like weight left and starting to go around. And what I feel like that is I'm nervous to get like my head and everything going so far ahead of it. So like in an effort to not do that, I was like, oh, let me increase that like side bend. And then when I do that, because I actually don't need to do that, I'm now super underneath it and my weight isn't going forward. And now I'm going to the backswing and I'm not getting my weight forward and I'm just doing this. I'm having like so much focus on side bend. So like when I'm hitting these half swings, I'm feeling like my chest, my weight's going left.
Put your left leg on.
And then I'm left leg against this.
Yep. Okay. Make your backswing.
Aim where this is aiming?
Just
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. Now make your backswing. You're gonna come off that post. Okay. All right. Get on that post. Now turn your hips and feel like your head stays behind the ball.
Yeah.
That's what you want to start getting into.
Yeah. And that's my,
So you hit that post and turn that left butt cheek and knock over my 10.
Yeah, it's got to go this way, then start turning.
But the head needs to stay back.
And I think,
this is what you just showed me like 3 times as you were talking. The head going with the pelvis.
And that's my concern though. So I think I need to, that's why I like seeing it. Because my concern is that, how do I say this? My concern is that I get to here, okay, this backswing I feel like is is a bit better than where it was in the wintertime. I'm transferring my weight, and I start to go, see, I just came off of it, right? So here, this way, and around.
Yep. Get out of that heel. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And more side bend and a little bit more. This is where extension comes in.
Okay.
So if I just stand straight up now, you can see how I'm leaning back
Yeah.
my spine. Am I in my left side though?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
see, I think
side bend. Here's where you go sometimes with your weight shift, which gets you a little bit across the plane.
Yep.
Slightly. Okay. Then when you try to stay back here, what you're describing is, hey, I didn't weight shift first.
That's what I'm feeling.
I'm trying to stay back, and I am staying back, but I'm pivoting before my weight shift.
Yeah, and I think that's what was happening when I played in Diddle, when I hit balls the last time, because I had so much focus on maintaining this side bend, that I feel like I had that, but I'm back here, and I'm like, I'm so underneath it, and I'm like, this feels like shit.
Yeah. First of all totally normal things that we ask our clients to work through.
Yeah.
You got to work through it too. You're no different.
Yeah, no, I know.
I know you're a club professional who's been working on the game for a long time, but you are still governed by the laws of biomechanics and motor learning like everyone else.
Yeah, no, I know.
The thing is, you're starting off with brilliance up here that most people don't have.
Well, I have to combine that, again, going back to I need to see it, because I think that I'm feeling that I'm doing all this side bend, and I don't know, and I think that's right, but I'm like, if I had to prioritize getting my weight left versus maintaining side bend, I think
two different things.
They are two different things. Yeah, but I think my long-term thing is that my weight has the tendency to stay back. Okay. So I want to prioritize getting my weight forward.
Yeah.
And if I'm not side bending and I'm just over it, I can deal with that. I'd rather hit that than just have side bend and not move my weight.
Correct. So I told you yesterday how I teach. I prioritize from the ground up. You had that student and you were working with upper body.
Yeah.
And that was necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that's 100% accurate. It's just not in the order I would go in. So what you're saying is exactly what I believe. Hey, if your weight shift sucks, fix that first. And make that 10 out of 10 stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then working on the side bend is what? The second bite of the elephant.
Yeah.
Got to digest the first bite before you go in for the second bite, right?
Yeah, I think that just getting that.
Otherwise, you're an information glutton, and guess what? You're not going to learn very quickly. See, I don't like how you stay parked in that right heel. I want to see some freedom.
Okay.
In that foot. And part of it is you tend to want to get to the outside of that right foot a little bit.
Yes.
And you got to be in that arch hard, and then it's big toe. Get off that heel. Yeah. You should feel like that big toe is almost cramping. And the calf is cramping when you're halfway down.
But should it go this way or should it go this way?
Right knee to target.
Yeah.
Right knee to target. Now, what you just showed me, let's have this conversation because it's a fun one. Okay? Some people do this with the whole foot intact.
Yeah.
Some have a little bit of heel coming off.
I got to have that. I know myself.
I think there's a right match for each. See, that's the outside of your foot right there.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, you can't, that's death zone. And if you need more motivation, that is, believe it or not, the number one root cause of injury in golf is getting onto the outside of the right foot and the top of the swing.
I mean,
so I would work, if I were you, I would do a lot of, do some of these. Some punch shots.
Yeah, getting into that, yeah.
Where you just feel, hey, yeah, I am getting a little bit into my right, but then I'm just pushing off and going. And try to hit big push draws while
Yeah.
doing the drill. But yeah, you got to get out of that outside edge.
Like, that's a better rehearsal, I think.
See your outside edge, though.
I know, I'm having fuck, man.
It's probably those crappy shoes. You should probably get some real golf shoes at some point in time. I'm serious.
Think if I'm thinking, like,
See, you're just torquing on the outside of that foot.
I'm letting it
Every
go
time,
here.
You're letting it go this way.
God.
And if you want to get super nerdy about right foot, everything in the right foot wants to do this, what you're doing,
Yeah.
actually doing. It's the resistance to that torque that sets up all the torque and forces of the
Sure.
entire trail side. So if you get that link down, then everything else is going to be more efficient at creating power. The more you kick out on the outside.
That felt better.
That
I mean,
was better. It was a glimmer of outside edge, but that's my job to be picky.
I mean, I felt like I
That
was.
one's hitting the guts. That's nice.
What is it?
I would leave that grass out on the face too. I don't know if you know this, but I could center face it.
So that, like, I'm going. So I understand the right foot here, but backswing's okay. Transition, I'm going weight shift around
Yep.
and letting that heel come
Let
off
the
the
heel-
ground.
And I want you to feel like the shoe is going this way. It's not.
And
this
maintaining
way.
maintaining a
It's
little
like that. It's rotating and pushing off.
with a little bit of side bend
Okay.
or extension.
That's the jelly. We're talking peanut butter right now.
Okay.
Okay. Peanut butter is what? Push. I'm off the first metatarsal, right at that knuckle.
Yep.
Okay? I'm pushing, and what that knee is rotating towards the other knee.
Yes.
That's your peanut butter.
Okay.
Jelly, if you don't have enough side bend, you what? Whiff, top it, right?
Okay.
So then you put side bend with it. Now, the one thing that links the peanut butter and the jelly together when you smear it on is as this pelvis rotates, if you're good at hanging back and keeping your torso back while the lower body's going, you actually initiate side bend with that move.
Okay.
So that's your link. You're trying to link those so badly.
Say
but
that.
they're-
Say that again.
Okay. Peanut butter, jelly. Okay? Peanut butter is we load up the inside of this foot, we transition. As I'm transitioning, I'm feeling everything in a millisecond go to my big toe, my first metatarsal, and drive to my left heel. So I'm pushing so hard this way. My knee, part of the peanut butter, is going to the other knee, right? And we start rotating.
Okay.
All right? So peanut butter. Jelly, torso, I weight shift, I'm pushing off. When I start rotating, if I keep my head back and I don't
Yep.
go with it,
Yep.
which is
Me.
part of your issue, if I create that separation, it starts the side bend. Because if I stay here and do this, what did I just do? I just had some side bend, right? So here we go.
There you go.
There's some side bend.
Yeah.
All right, so it initiates it. So it opens the jar to the jelly, we'll
Okay,
say.
okay. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I've never used peanut butter and jelly for that before, but I think I might start doing that. I kind of like that. I normally stay with my pizza. Peanut butter and jelly works.
Hitting off this huge like hill. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's a huge cicada nest.
Where,
Just
right here.
bulging.
I think I gotta go set up for this clinic in a second. No, I got some time.
Make it entertaining. Make it fun. Putting's fun. Practicing putting's fun.
Fuck.
Yeah, you got some work to do, but you can get it. It's a long weekend.
Trying to like I just got to get back to this, like,
See, put this on the outside of your right shoe. Like half the ball under your foot, half the ball outside of it. Just so you can kind of feel it. Kind of in the arch. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Make a backswing, but don't put any more pressure on that golf ball. Okay,
yeah.
Do you feel the arch? Do you feel the inside part of your
I feel
foot?
it in here.
Yeah! Yeah. Absolutely. IT band going from the hip all the way into the knee for insertion. You're going to feel that. That structure has to be stable. Ooh. You get that trail leg right. Good thing happen. Like, I don't think you have to think about the jelly so much. If you
See,
get your legs right.
I guess this is how I was trying to say it. I think that when I shift my weight, I'm thinking that I'm doing this. And my head is going so far forward, but
you could be.
I don't think I am.
I'm just saying that could happen when we work on weight shift, that the whole system goes. But
Like-
what's the fix to that? A running off body. What's the jelly doing with the peanut butter? It's going right with it, right?
Yeah.
And there has to be a little separation.
See, I don't
the
think
lower body can't run off.
I think I have it in my head that with my weight shift, I think I have it in my head that I'm going like this and around, and my head is getting so far forward, but I'm not.
That last one you didn't.
And I'm not thinking about that side bend or anything, you know what I mean?
You really shouldn't have to think about side bend too much. Some people that are a little newer to the game gotta kind of bring it to their attention, but I think if you get the lower body right.
That felt like a really good swing.
Yeah. I would say this. You got some separation between your peanut butter and jelly. Did the head go with it a little bit? Sure. But it didn't get ahead of the golf ball.
I think I need to like,
With an iron, that's fine. With your head covers, I want it back a little bit more, but what do we do with our setup to help that? We move the ball forward, right?
mm-hmm. I felt myself come off that foot again, but at least I got off my right side. That's what it felt like, at least.
Yeah, you did.
You know? I want to be able to get into that left side, really go here.
Get set up. Okay, make a backswing, get off this club. Okay? Now, stop at impact, but don't let your ear touch this club.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I didn't cheat or do anything. I just left the club where you were at address. If you felt like, gosh, I'm really holding back to do that, you got some work to do.
But that's why getting back, you can allow yourself to get back, so you give yourself some area to go.
I get back so my lower body can get forward. My spine's tilted back behind the ball. Allows me to come from the inside and then back to square.
Yeah.
Okay? So these are all just club dynamics that we do with biomechanics.
Yeah.
So if we get here and you let this happen,
You're over it.
well, guess what? You're going to have to do some crazy manipulation
Yeah.
or goat hump to get this club
Yeah.
back online. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Alright, I'm going to give you a cheat code for your putting clinic.
Okay.
You're going to have one of these because in the last 10 years, because the way putters are made so shitty nowadays,
Except
you
for
have
my.
this person. I promise you, you have this person in your clinic today.
Oh yeah, I know. 100%.
The first thing you're gonna see is that they have some opens in their putter. What I mean by that is, putter's probably face balanced.
Yeah.
It's probably heavy as shit, and it probably has a big fat fucking grip on it.
Yeah.
All those things create an open face. Heavy creates open. Face balance creates open. Fat grip creates open.
Okay.
So when a player does this, that's everything in their power subconsciously to try to square
Close
up the
it.
face. So just know, if you try to take this movement away, they're going to be blasting putts right.
Yeah.
So make sure you warn them before they start hitting, and then grab their putter and you hand them yours and say, okay, stay square, but here, just try my putter for a few putts. What do you have in your putter?
Hang.
You have some toe hang. You also have a plumber's neck, which is a close. Probably compared to the grip they have on, you have a skinny
Way
grip,
skinnier, yeah.
which is a close. Okay. It'll give them a fighting chance to get it on target. Because that putting stroke is a tough one to fix, because everything you do to fix it is just going to make them blast it right. Better loading pattern in that trail foot. Just keep working on it, man.
I don't think, like, I tell you what, dude, like, there was a period there, like, when I played in that event at,
Shambik?
it was actually, like, striking it fairly well. My misses were really good. My pre-shot routine was really good. Like, I feel like when I was over the ball, I was just kind of like, I wasn't thinking about anything mechanically.
Good.
You know? But I just want to, like, I feel like it's trending, like, it's like this, right? It's like the game is kind of going, like, the overall trend is upward. The overall trend is up.
Get on the pipe, but now put your right leg on the pad. Back it up. Just get on the pipe. The right leg.
Oh.
Okay. All right, make your back swing. Okay. Turn your right hip towards me. Feel your arch. Feel all that tension in your right side? Do you feel the tension in your right side?
Hold on, let me do that again. There was a fucking
What?
thing. There was like one of those cicadas. All right, I just stomped on it.
Does that really bother you?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, go get to the top.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, feel the arch.
Mm-hmm.
Turn your right hip towards me a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, you feel that tension?
Yeah.
Feel that arch?
Yeah.
Okay, that's 100% right there.
Okay.
Your goal is to get to as close to 100%
In the backswing.
in the backswing. Now, tour players, just to give you frame of reference, normally about 95% to 90. Like, no one gets to 100, all right, in reality. But it's a great goal while you're practicing to really try to max that out. So right hip towards me now. Keep your right hip towards me, but now turn back and give me some forward flexion.
God, that is difficult.
Yes!
So it's like I'm turning into my right side, maybe. Like.
Yeah, absolutely, you are. This hip to this arch is a post, and we turn into it. You should be going this way with the right hip, while the upper body's going this way. And that torsion is power.
I got you.
All right?
Because I think my tendency is to just let this go. Well, I'm letting this belt buckle start to really open up and my hip open.
Yeah.
Like is that the thing? Like my hip is opening.
Okay.
So
you're getting onto some good stuff. Watch this. If I take the club back and my hips don't open.
Yeah.
Where's the club? Kind of out in front of me, down the line-ish.
Sure.
Right? Now watch this.
Way behind you. Yeah.
So what do you say? Sometimes the club gets stuck behind me?
Because I ripped my.
I think it's you're too passive with your right hip. I think when I just grabbed you right there, you're strong, dude.
I gotta resist that.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is what's gonna get the club on plane for you. So once again, you see that as a club issue? Oh, the club's getting inside. I almost never look at club issues as an independent issue, unless someone's really good. Mini tour guy,
Yeah.
sometimes can get it a little off. But if you're seeing that club get sucked in, what are you doing biomechanically to do that? Are you a reverse weight shift? That can do it. Are you letting that hip out of the barn too soon? And it's totally common. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Rich, man, he's so messed up. He's letting his hips open up way too soon.
So my weight is still in my right side, but my hip is holding me. Does that make sense? Is that?
I'm all the way into my right side. Watch. My hips resisting it. I feel like cramping going on.
Sure.
But that's stored energy. Okay? And you just can't have a revolving door as a right hip.
Because you're not turning against anything.
Deeper.
And you're not.
When you try to weight shift, there's nothing to push off of.
Yeah, you're not turning against anything.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hey, Steven, how are you?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. What do we need to work on today?
I didn't feel like I felt great with distance wedges. I didn't feel great around the green.
A little greenside work. Okay.
Yeah, a little like kind of forward game. Fun. Here's a bit of time putting.
Okay.
Not a lot of time.
Right.
And I want to just do another check-in on full swing. I wasn't driving the ball really well yesterday, but I know it's a lot, but like we can narrow it down.
Here's what we're gonna do. Super simple. We'll have a performance lesson. We'll go 20 minutes by the green to start off with. If you and I at the end of 20 minutes go, good, you're clear with what we need to do.
Yeah.
We'll walk over here and kind of get some full swing going, do a little check in. After 20 minutes, we'll look at each other and say, good. If you don't feel good, guess what? We keep doing it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, we try to save 20 minutes for putting.
That's great.
But if it's 10 minutes, because your putting stroke's really good, I'm sure whatever we're going to look at is
that's not
like a little tweak or something.
Yeah, I thought it was a good. Yeah, so that's less of an issue.
Cool. Well, just hit a few and then let's walk over and get some shorties going.
Well, I don't know if that looks any better, but that I'm feeling. No, I'm just talking. I'm like, I don't know if that looks any better in general, but that definitely.
Is it about looking or is it about making birdies and hitting targets?
Well, it's about that.
I think you've done so much video stuff. It's easy to go for looks.
Yeah.
And I want you to start going with feels and, hey, mechanically, what am I doing? And what's the golf ball doing with how I feel?
It feels like it's...
Your phone's telling you.
It feels like I'm doing a better job of, like, resisting.
Yeah, that's the key.
And I feel a bit faster. I don't know if that's...
It's a byproduct, yes. You're storing more energy. So think about it this way. If I had a rubber band, okay, and I pulled it from both ends like this, and I twisted both ends and then I let go of the top, what would happen?
Snap your finger.
Well, no, but
oh, you twist it. Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't be any. Now, if we had this and somehow I had a third arm and can pinch the middle, and I twisted the top and let go, there'd be energy, right?
Yeah.
So if your hips go on the top of the rubber band goes, guess what? There's no energy in the system. You go to push off.
Yeah.
There's nothing to push off against. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I get that.
Something's going to happen. Well, guess what? We turn our hips or we get chesty.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Because that's the best way I can simplify that relationship between torso and pelvis. Like that was really good. It's the groove low, but it was a good pass.
Yeah, it felt maybe just too quick in transition,
Yeah,
but
well, you're just uncomfortable. You're doing something new. You're like every other human on the planet. Hey, Steven? Yeah. I'll meet you over there. I'm gonna grab like a half basket.
Yeah, I'll be there like 1 minute.
Perfect.
For what it's worth, I'm a big fan of his.
he's awesome.
Fucking legit. I mean, I've gone to all these
guys like Sauer. I've gone to Sones. All these guys, like he's like the only guy that makes it like communicates the swing really well.
He is one of the more sharp people I've been around.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I mean, the guy's an incredible wealth of knowledge, and aside from that, of how smart he is, he will give you as much time as you need. He's the most selfless person of all time.
God. I know. Like, I'll be on the range and he'll be like, spend like a half hour with me at non-lesson. I'm like, dude, like, you got stuff to do.
It's because he cares.
I know he does. He's great. He's great.
Yeah. 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 Good. You too, Steve. Have a good lesson, man. I get that. It makes sense, right? I mean, okay. I think I'm just gonna, because if I start changing that before merit, Okay. I didn't get my weight forward.